Welcome to the official Revv Network TV watch along. My name is Unalena Imarumura, the Eastern for everything exciting. So today we have an exciting match between Ghana and Panama. But before we continue with the match, just a quick catch up on what transpired today. I don't know. Okay, yesterday basically. There were a few games that played, starting with the Portugal game that left a lot of football fans concerned about one of the greatest footballers being Cristiano Ronaldo. Right now, after yesterday, after we saw Argentina, after we saw Messi, we kind of believed that it was time for Cristiano Ronaldo, and not only Messi. I'm talking about also Haaland was on fire yesterday, and also who else? Mbappe. Yes, also Mbappe was on fire. So after that whole ordeal, we came to an understanding that, you know, it is the time for Cristiano Ronaldo to shine. Right, so in today's game, that is exactly what we were expecting to see from one of the greatest footballers to ever live. But unfortunately, football fans were left devastated after finding out that the GOAT didn't even score a single goal. We were at least expecting 3 goals, but the GOAT said that not on my watch. He said not on my watch, and he didn't even score one. And also, a lot of people were concerned with the performance we saw from him. So that ended up in a draw between DR Congo also. So shout out to DR Congo for being able to hold on to such a big team. Now, DR Congo follows, you know, a couple of teams that had been surprising us all along. And I'm talking about teams like the first team that held on was Egypt. I think this one is also one of the two. Egypt holding on to Belgium, and also Spain with Cabo Verde or Cape Verde. We saw Cape Verde holding on to Spain. So now DR Congo joins that conversation of teams that were so difficult to beat for bigger teams. Now it is raising a few questions about the current World Cup that we are currently seeing. Is it going to be the end of, you know, these teams? Basically, that is the question. Will they be able to survive? I'm just concerned about that. Will they be able to proceed out of the group stages? We are sure of Argentina. We are sure of we are sure of Argentina and Germany. Yes, that's the team that I'm looking for. We are sure of Germany. We are sure of Argentina. We are also sure of France. Those are the teams that we are sure of right now. There's also no way for Haaland. We are also sure, but the question is in terms of Cristiano Ronaldo, the GOAT, what is it gonna be? So today we're gonna be watching together a game between Panama and Ghana, and if you haven't voted for the team that you are supporting, basically this is the time. Please vote by voting. I see 97% of the people are already saying Ghana, so this is positive. That's positive, and this is the kind of energy that I love, mainly because I mentioned that whenever there is a game, I always support the African team as an African. So today we're gonna be watching again watching together the game. So if you don't know, this is a watch along stream. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe if you also want to be part of this types of videos basically. So I'm just gonna prepare, watch the game, and we can continue. So basically, yeah, please like also so that this video can be recommended to a couple of more people also. I saw the reactions earlier on, so thank you so much to you, whoever you are, who liked. The funny thing about YouTube is that it doesn't show who's liking, but yeah, thank you so much to you who was liking, and please comment with your predictions. What are the scores? Which score do you want to see today in this game? Which score are you going with? Is it going to be a 2-0? Is it going to be a 1-0? Is it going to be a 2-2? What are you thinking in today's game? What are you seeing? Basically, for me, as I've mentioned, that I am most definitely with Ghana on this one. So I'm supporting fellow Africans, and yeah, the next part, what I like is that a lot of us who are here are Africans. I think mainly due to the amount of votes that are in favor of mainly due to the amount of votes that are in favor of Ghana. 94% of the votes. Now, this only happened during the Portugal live stream. Earlier on in the Portugal live stream, this is exactly the same thing that happened. A lot of votes for Portugal. So I love to see the same energy for Ghana. I love to see the same energy for Ghana. So please continue voting. Please continue commenting. Please basically just continue being active and also continue liking this live stream, and do not be afraid of sharing your thoughts. Just let me know in the comment section. I won't judge you. Whatever score you have in mind, I will not judge you. Do not worry. Don't worry. Do not worry. But I need to go through the insights before I can make my final prediction, especially based on the score. I need to firstly check the statistics of the two teams, just so I do not undermine any one of them. Just that I do not underestimate anybody of these two teams. Okay, Ghana are winless in 7 matches heading into the World Cup. Ghana are winless in 7 matches heading into 7 matches. They kind of remind me of South Africa somehow. Kind of remind me of my GOAT, South Africa. Ghana haven't kept the clean sheet in 7 consecutive matches. Okay, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. And what about Panama? Panama haven't kept a clean sheet in 7 consecutive matches. So it means these two teams are kind of on the same level. Just that Panama at least has 2 wins. In 5 games, Panama has 2 wins, 1 draw, or 2 wins, 1 lose, and 2 draws. Ghana on the other side only has 1 draw. The rest are wins, and I'm not talking about easy wins. There's also a 5-win loss. You know, they don't have even South Africa beat Ghana at a point. So yeah, I guess I'm making a mistake by supporting Ghana, but nonetheless, as an African, it is my duty to support another African team. Please let me know what you think in the comment section, which team you are going with. Just comment the name of the team that you are going with. Otherwise, you can also share your score predictions. For me, I don't think there will be a lot of goals in this game. That is my personal opinion. I don't think there might be a lot of goals. And Ghana might suffer today. Ghana might suffer mainly because how do you not win in 7 matches? 7 matches, not even one game, not even one. So out of 7 matches, you are just donating points. So they kind of remind me of South Africa also. I don't want to lie. Kind of remind me of South Africa. But the nice part is that they are not playing against an opponent like Mexico. Panama is not that dangerous itself. It's not that dangerous. It's not bad, but it's also not that dangerous. 94% of the voters are saying Ghana. 6% saying Panama. Nobody saying a draw. Nobody saying a draw. But I think I'm just going to vote for a draw because I think it is going to be a draw. I think it is going to be a draw. Most definitely. Maybe a 1-1 draw. But I think the first team that will score the first goal will most likely be Panama, not Ghana. The first team to score, Panama. Ghana, I don't know. I'm not too sure. I am not too sure. But let me also check the group. Let me check the group also. Because this on its own says a lot about Ghana's future in the World Cup. The group says a lot. At least they are not with I thought they were with Portugal, at least. Oh damn, they are with England and Croatia. So that does not make it any easy. It doesn't make it any easy. I thought they were with Portugal, but also being with England and Croatia. Damn, it's not gonna be an easy group stages matches for them. they're gonna find a hard time. Honestly, they're gonna find it very hard to make it through. At this point, this is their only chance to be number 3. This is their only opportunity to be number 3. This is their only opportunity. Basically, for the two teams, I kind of feel like this is the only chance they will ever get to being number 3. So whoever wins must, just aim for the number three position, mainly because there is England and Croatia, and we know Croatia is also not such a bad team. It's also not such a bad team, but against a team like Ghana, it will perform exceptionally. Against Ghana, it will perform exceptionally. So, but yeah, we are currently 8 minutes in. 0 Ghana, 0 Panama. Where is Panama actually? The country. Where is Panama, the country? Where is Panama, the country? Let me check. Which continent? Which continent? In which continent? Please do not judge me. I don't know. Okay, it's in North America. I don't know these things. Mr. Quack says, here we go. Which team are you going with, Mr. Quack? Is it Mr. Quack or Mr. Quake as in earthquake? Is it Mr. Quake as in earthquake or Mr. Quack as in the sound made by the ducks? I don't know. So please let me know in the comment section also how I pronounce your name. Is it Quake as in earthquake? One thing I've seen about African countries in the World Cup is this one thing, the fact that these guys are actually too strong, too powerful. They play rough football. So in this World Cup, they're kind of suffering because they're not used to this very sensitive type of play. African football it's crazy. Like it's strong football. Too many fouls, too many aggression. Referees overlooking fouls. We always complain in Africa when there's a football match. We are always complaining that, isn't that supposed to be a penalty? Isn't that supposed to be this? Isn't that supposed to be that? But nonetheless, we move. I think maybe, Ghana will most likely be getting the first yellow card. So these are my predictions. First goal, Panama. First yellow card, Ghana. First corner kick. I think first corner kick. I want to see if that will come true. First corner kick, Panama. Yeah. Ghana will only be getting the first, not the goal. They'll be getting the first yellow card of the game. If there will be a yellow card, it will be Ghana. But I am 100% behind Ghana. It's just that I know as Ghana is an African country, plays. They play. I don't know if I should say rough football. I don't know, but it is a thing with majority of the countries. It is a thing with majority of the African countries. The only country that kind of does not fit a lot in that whole category is Morocco. Panama with an early cross. A brilliant cross for Panama, trying to secure the early goal. But remember that the first corner kick will be for Panama. First corner kick. My first corner kick will be for Panama. So that's the team that I'm rooting for today. But I want Ghana to win. I think Ghana first yellow card, Panama first goal. Okay, Ghana with a run. Ghana. Wait, Revv is not saying anything. Okay, I was wrong about Ghana. I thought the Revv. It's not only Africans that are playing this type of football. That was a literal push. That was a literal push. My only problem so far is that the earlier games of the World Cup were kind of a bit different from what we are seeing right now. In a sense that the referees were too strict earlier on. These days, these days they are not as strict anymore. I don't know what's going on with the referees anymore. But earlier on, they were very strict. You touch somebody, you get a yellow card. Nowadays, you can kick a person. Messi kicked somebody, not even a single card. Mbappe also kicked somebody, not even a single card. So I don't know why they were so strict earlier on, because they kind of made us think that that's actually exactly how the World Cup is, but only to find out that it was just for the opening stages. So that on its own is kind of a big problem. Please do share your thoughts in the comment section. I want to see which team you support. I see you, Romain 956. I'll just say Romain, saying go Panama. The first person proudly proclaiming Panama despite the votes being against him. Right now, a majority of the voters are with Ghana. 88% of the people that have voted. But nonetheless, if you are with a Panama, let me also see you. Wait. What is the ref saying? What went wrong, ref? What went wrong? What's going on? Oh, it's a free kick for Ghana. Okay, Ghana with an opportunity. Ghana with a chance. Okay. This is becoming positive. Your name is very your name is very controversial, but Coke Addict 23 says hi there. First time here, joining from Miami, rooting for Panama, although Ghana is the best team. Welcome from Miami. Welcome. I've always wanted to visit Miami. Is it as great as they make it seem on the movies? Please let me know, because I've always wanted to go there. It has been my dream to go there. Is it as great as they make it seem on everything else? But nonetheless, Panama in this situation is much better than Ghana. Yes. Okay, guys, if you have been watching, do you remember my prediction? The first yellow card. I said the first yellow card will go to Ghana. First yellow card exactly going to Ghana. I think I should start betting. Yeah, I think I should start betting. So first yellow card, Ghana. First goal, Panama. First corner kick, I think it is Panama if it hasn't happened. The only problem Ghana is going to lose is because of the voodoo that they are performing in the stadium. I see a man supporting Ghana performing voodoo in the stadium. I don't know what is that. But yeah, thank you so much for commenting. Panama has the upper hand, honestly. Panama has the upper hand. For me, if I wasn't an African, I was going to support Panama. But, you know, as Africans, we have to unite, unfortunately. So I cannot support Panama, despite it being the better team. I think Ghana can do it. I still believe in them. I believe in them. They just need to be less aggressive, because they are strong people. Okay, it's safe, but we are still in the opponent's box. Ghana with the defense. Nice defense from Ghana. Cook Edit says that not really, brother. By the way, I mean the Coke from Coca-Cola, not that one. Hey, but it's ish. It's a bit of a, I don't know. It's not that easy to understand, because when I saw, I was like, Coke Addict. I thought that you said Coke, but you should at least say Soda Addict. You also know what you did there with the name. You also know what you did. Because you should have kind of said something else. Not Coke Addict. For me, when I see Coke Addict, I kind of see, you know, exactly what you think I'm thinking. Exactly that one. But I think you did that deliberately. But I guess if it's not if you're saying it's not as good as they make it look in the movies, what's wrong with it? Does it look bad, or is life just harder there? Are there less opportunities? I don't know. What makes it not be good? What makes Miami not be good? What makes it not be good? And the first time that I started talking about Miami is because there was once a very old game, because I am that old somehow. So there was once a very old game called Miami Nights. I don't know if any of you guys in the chat remember that game called Miami Nights, whereby we would see like it was similar to The Sims. I think it was almost similar to The Sims, just that you could control the character and then do certain things. That was the main game that kind of taught me of Miami. So from there, I've just been fascinated with Miami. I've been planning. I wanted to go there. I cannot say planning to go there because I am too broke to go to Miami. You understand? But it's very expensive. Traveling from South Africa to Miami, I'd need to budget. It's not that bad though, but it's not as hunky-dory as shown in the media. Okay, that's understandable. That's totally understandable. I think it is like that with each and every single country. Just that for us in South Africa, it is completely different. In South Africa, it is completely different. It is not shown well in the media, but it looks well in real life. So yeah, actually, not all of it looks well, but there are just certain places that look way too good than a lot of cities in the world. Okay, Ghana with an attempt saved by Panama, and it is going to be a throw in for Panama. 20 minutes in, 0 Ghana, 0 Panama. It seems like the two teams head to head are kind of facing each other out. They are evenly matched. But in terms of the ball possession, Panama has 70% of possession, while Ghana has 30%. Panama has 2 shots, while Ghana has 0. Yeah, but looking at the touches kind of reminds me of the game that I just saw. The game that I just saw right now between Croatia and England. England had a lot of attempts. So I know that attempts don't mean anything, despite the fact that they won. But attempts do not always determine the game. If you just join in, please subscribe, please like, and also please comment, please share your thoughts. I'd like to hear what you think. I don't know why I'm speaking this fast, but yeah, I'd like to hear what you think in the comment section, and also vote if you haven't voted for the team that you think will most likely win. I see we have 87% for Ghana, we have 10% Panama, and we have 3% draw. And the vote for the draw is mine. The vote for the draw is mine. So if you haven't voted, please take this time and select the team on the poll, and also let me know what are your score predictions. "21 minutes in." But a quick question also, talking about the World Cup. Which team is most likely to win this year? Which team is most likely to win the 2026 World Cup? Which one is it? Because right now the nation is divided. People want Brazil to win. I saw a lot of people saying Brazil should win it. And even though Brazil winning the World Cup would most likely be a very good career for Neymar. Yeah, for Neymar, even though he's not playing. But people want Brazil to win the World Cup. Some want the defending champions Argentina to win it back-to-back, which they will also be making history again for the team that won the team back-to-back, I think after Brazil. Yeah. And there's also a huge crowd. For me also, I'm part of that crowd. I'm also part of that crowd that wants Portugal. I think Portugal should take it. I just want them to complete the story of Cristiano Ronaldo. It would be very sad if Cristiano Ronaldo ends without the World Cup. Who's your key player? I don't know a lot of these players, in all honesty. I don't know a lot of these players, but let me see. I don't know a lot of them. I'll just watch. I'll just keep my eye on the game, and then I will select who's my key player. This is my first time watching Ghana. This is also my first time watching Panama. I'm just supporting Ghana because it's an African nation. I have a gut feeling about Morocco. Morocco, yes. Morocco also. I saw Morocco. I honestly saw Morocco. It was pretty impressive. Morocco was pretty impressive, but I have a few complaints about Morocco, and that complaint most definitely has to be Hakim. I have a problem with Hakim. I think he's starting to develop the whole Cristiano Ronaldo main character syndrome. I think he's starting to develop that whole issue. That is my only problem. If he can just, because I was watching the game the other time when they were playing against Brazil, and a couple of chances were lost because Hakimi wanted to score, and it's not even a striker at that point. He was supposed to be a defender, I think. He wanted to score. So that cost the team, I think, 3 opportunities. I saw 3 opportunities being missed because Hakimi was just too selfish with the ball. When it comes to build up, yes, he plays a very good role, but he then becomes too selfish to a point that he wants to also score. So I think he has that main character syndrome of, I want to score goals, I want to start setting records and all of that. If he can, it is a big issue. So if he can fix that one of that issue, if he can fix that problem of not trying to be the main man, of being a team player, that is one of the biggest things that is separating Cristiano Ronaldo from Messi at this point. Cristiano Ronaldo holds all the records, but he's not much of a team player. That is the only reason. Right now, I feel like the team is kind of protesting against him, mainly because they know that he is trying to score, he's trying to chase records. So, those kind of things kind of kill teams. So if we see a team having such a player, it's very questionable to be winning the World Cup. France, yes, with France, I'm very happy with France. Despite Mbappe scoring and all of that, Mbappe is he is a team player. You get it? He's a very big team player. So Brazil, okay, that was my very long explanation on why I think Morocco might not win it. But as of Brazil also, Brazil is one of those teams that used to be very dangerous back then. And the reason Brazil used to be very dangerous, it was because majority of the best players were coming from Brazil, right? I think at that time there were less countries exporting players to play in, these leagues, to play in the Premier League, to play, just to play outside. So right now, the problem is that we have a lot of players who are good from many different countries. It is no longer Brazil that is known for, exporting stars in football. That's why I think Brazil will struggle. And I think it was Brazil and Spain. Those are the 2 players that used to dominate with, when you see somebody performing well. And it was that time where there was also the likes of, Xavi Alonso, David Villa, I think. And there was also, Fernando Torres. They were going to Spain. So it was that time. Right now, we have Hakimi in Africa. We have Hakimi in Africa right now, for an example. There is a Hakimi in Africa. There is a Haaland in Norway. There is, who else? There is a Mbappe in France, for an example. So as of Brazil used to be a good team back then. But this time, it's too dangerous. They cannot take it. They cannot take it. I think maybe Argentina can try a second run also. They kind of have the chance. Issues with Portugal isn't CR7 this time, but the way in which Martinez makes his team play slow and safe. That's why Portugal flopped today. I don't think we can put all the blame on him, per se. I don't think we can put all the blame on him. But you know what I'm thinking about Portugal? What I'm seeing about Portugal into this in the game earlier on was that they came into the game undermining their opponent. That is my first problem. I think they came into the game undermining their opponent. They were just not expecting to see a team from Africa, especially Congo, that doesn't have any stars, while they have people who are playing for Bayern, playing for Manchester and all of that. They came in undermining that team today, because you could tell even when they were playing, being that slow. I don't think the coach can just tell them, be this slow, be this slow. I think it was them. They were just too relaxed because they felt like they had it. I think they thought they had it, but unfortunately, it didn't work out. Gasoline says that, what's up? I'm from Finland. Hopefully you know where that is. Finland. Where's Finland? It's Finland. I don't know where that is. I know the name. I'm not gonna lie. I know the name. You kind of, I thought, oh, I don't know Finland. You know what I know? I know Vinland Saga. I know Finland Saga, and that's an anime. I'm so embarrassed at this point, but yeah, I only know Vinland Saga, the anime. Finland, it is a country in Europe. I don't know what's popular in Finland. What's popular in Finland, Gasoline? What is popular in Finland? Like, does it have a landmark that we should know? Does it have something that like reached a global impact? Please let me know. I'd like to know. I think maybe, I'm not sure. I know Finland. Gasoline also says, I also want Brazil to win, but it's not looking great. Yeah, Brazil, it's no longer great, Brazil. I'm not saying it's bad, but the only problem is that it no longer holds. It no longer holds anymore. It used to be great 100%, but it no longer is. It is like, you remember before the iPhones and everything, the BlackBerry used to be a great phone. So Brazil kind of reminds me of that situation before the iPhones, before Android, before the Androids, the Galaxies, and the iPhones. Before that, BlackBerry used to be the it thing. So Brazil kind of reminds me of that before the new big players came in. Right now, there's a lot of players. There's a lot of new players, so they are finding it very difficult to keep up. But although there is Vinicius Junior, who is also a very key player in the team, but I feel like him alone is really not enough. I think they are lacking stars. It is the first time I think Brazil is lacking the relevant stars, and I'm talking about young players who are so active, young players who are experienced. They have older players, yes. They have older players, but yeah, nonetheless, 30 minutes in, 0 Ghana, 0 Panama. Will it go to halftime with the same score? That's the question that I'm asking myself, but we will just have to wait more 15 minutes and find out. Moving on, this same Portuguese players play quite pressing football for their club. Martinez made them play possession-based and safe football, completely against their style of play. Okay, now when you put it like that, I was wrong. It's fine. I was wrong. I was trying to argue that point. But you are right. And the reason I'm saying you are right, it is because I also know of a coach who did the same thing, and that is the coach of my very beloved country, South Africa. A lot of people believe South Africa is too bad at this point because of the coach. So I think it is the same situation with with Portugal. I think it's the same. But then again, why didn't he switch the style of play after halftime? Why didn't he switch the style of play after halftime so that they can, they can at least go all in, go all out, be aggressive? He could have switched the style of play after halftime. But if he's an older coach, that is a lot of older coach do that. I don't know. A lot of older coach do that. Let me check how old he is. I'm gonna tell you. Let me just check. Let me check how old he is. If he's old, that does not make it. That does not. If he's older, it actually explains everything. Martinez. Yeah, the older coaches, but he's not too old. I think he's the same age as he's the same age as my mom. So yeah, I don't know. A lot of these older coaches do that, and I don't know what they are trying to prove because they had all the time in the world during the friendlies to try out their strategies and all. So I don't know why they are trying it out on the main stage, because that's basically trying something on the main stage. Hence, I'm saying that I think they might have overlooked the team that they were playing against. They came in the game overlooking. They undermined Ghana basically. I don't know if I'm making sense. They undermined Ghana as a team, and they were surprised. But nonetheless, yeah, that makes a lot of sense because I know Portugal. I know Portugal honestly. I know Portugal, and I also know Cristiano Ronaldo. But the one that was playing today, I don't know. Hence, I kind of felt like it was sabotage from the club at a point during that game. I kind of started feeling like maybe the club is just trying to sabotage his record. Maybe, I don't know. But then again, I remember that, if they win the World Cup, it is not only Cristiano that wins the World Cup. Even them as a country, they win it. Cook Eric says that Finland is the happiest country in the world. I don't know Finland, honestly. I don't know Finland. I'm only hearing of Finland now. I don't know Finland. Let me see this with the translation. Adil. What does Ayasha mean? What does Ayasha mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Let me see. What does it mean? What does it mean? Please explain, because I do not know. That's Adil. A Cook edit says that Martinez destroyed Belgium's golden age in 2018 and 2022 World Cup same way. But why are they still Why are they still like? I want to understand what goes on when they hire these coaches. I want to understand what goes on, honestly, because it's really not making sense. You see that a person is destroying a certain team, and I remember Belgium used to be very dangerous. Belgium used to be a very, very, very dangerous team to play. And if this was the Belgium that was known back then, things could have been differently against Egypt. They could have taken Egypt. They could have taken Egypt. So maybe he just wants to destroy Portugal. I don't know. But like I said, sometimes I just feel like it is a problem with the player, a certain player being Cristiano Ronaldo. I think there's a bit of jealousy in football. I definitely believe that there is somehow a bit of jealousy in football. So yeah, that's what I think. Ghost says that Ghana still have away playing. What does away mean? Ayo. I don't understand this word. What does this one when you say Ghana still has Ghost 200? Please explain what your fourth word. I don't understand. Is it a translation? Let me check. It's not a translation. Please explain. Please explain. Connections over talent. Weird happens in football, in international football. Yeah, because I was having this conversation earlier on about the South African coach, right? I was having this conversation about the South African coach. There had been a couple of times, a couple of friendlies. We understand that he qualified. We are not disputing that part. It is okay. The only problem now is that despite qualifying, he has been losing to even, every single team that he's playing against. It's either it's a draw or it's a loss. For a point, there was a time where we gave up on, our national squad in South Africa. There was a time where we felt like we do not have a national squad in South Africa because each and every single game they lost, but yet they kept the same coach. South Africa has some of the most, I think one of the best coaches in South Africa has to be Pete. So he was coaching Al Ahly at some point. And there's also Benny McCarthy, who used to be the striker coaches at Manchester United. I think maybe you might know Benny. He is currently a coach right now. These are the types of people that the country could, kind of deploy. But unfortunately, they keep the same person who's like losing every single time. He brought us to the World Cup, and look at what's happening in South Africa. Right now, South Africa is considered to be one of the worst teams in this World Cup. SA played just a physically based football that they know quality, poor finishing. What happened to your football? I think, it also comes to the team morale, to the team spirit. We have a couple of players that can do a good job, honestly. We have a couple of players that can do a good job. And also the formation on its own, in the beginning, it already told us that this is going to be an all defense gameplay. He had a lot of defenders, so he was playing defense the whole game. I think the team is just not, how should I put it, intertwined. I don't know if that's the right word, but I think, yeah, I hope I used it right. But yeah, they're just not linking well with each other right now. And that is mainly because there are just certain players that were not there when there were qualifications. There are just certain players that are just that bad. So yeah, I think if they can just put in some of the players, because there are a lot of players, Temba Zwane for one, the one who got the red card, the person who got the red card, the players who got the red cards actually are not players that were supposed to be representing us on that opening match. Even the defense on its own, we have a lot of not the defense, the strikers. There are a lot of strikers and a lot of players that could have been given an opportunity, but unfortunately, I don't know what's wrong with the coach. He says that they are not ready. As South Africans, we know that these players are good enough. We've seen them, for the whole season. We've been watching them. But the coach says that they are not ready. He then chooses Foster, who is relegated. I think he plays for Burnley. And then they are relegated, if I'm not wrong. He then chose that player to be the main striker, basically. He missed a penalty. He missed a penalty during a friendly. Missed a penalty. Hasn't scored a goal. Nothing. But the coach chooses that same person over one of the best players we have in the country. He says the person who is relegated is just under pressure. He is a good player. But the good player that we have in the country that he knows, he says he is not ready. He says he's not ready. So I feel like if he can just fix that issue, because at this point, we'll never get the same chance again. It's going to be 4 years. It's not going to be easy. The next 4 years, it's not going to be easy. At least we should get out of the group stages. The last time we played the World Cup, we also failed to get out of the group stages. But honestly, this time I kind of felt like we had a chance. Panama trying to cripple the Ghanaian goaltender. Does he have to be on crutches before the ref calls a penalty? I have a problem with refs, I have a problem with refs, especially ever since the Senegal game. I have a problem with the referees. Ever since that day, the referees were just a bit off. Endmen. Yes, they were just a bit off. They were just a bit off ever since that day. They were not calling fouls. They were overlooking. I don't know. They just looked at people on the floor and then they continued. I don't know what's going on, but they've just been off ever since. They overlook a lot of things. So they are not even done. They're just beginning. I see they want to cripple the goalkeeper and then he is down. And it's gonna be very bad if they're gonna have to replace him. The other thing I've seen about the referees also is that they usually just tell the players to go and wait outside. They just tell them to go out and then they will come back when they are okay. I don't know what's going on. These are totally the different referees that we saw in the first opening games. Because in the first opening games, we felt like the referees are just a bit how can I put it? We thought they were a bit too sensitive because they used to ref everything. But yeah, I guess you called it. He's down. Yeah, I think they are substituting him because I see a substitute goalkeeper getting ready there. I think they are substituting him at this point. He is down. He's gonna go out. Yeah, he's gonna go out. This might just be a strategy. They see that he's a problem. In this World Cup, goalkeepers have been shining a lot. Goalkeepers have been shining ever since the beginning of this World Cup. So you might find out that is also the situation. Goalkeepers have been shining. It's gonna be a problem. This one. But they are making a switch. I think they're about to make a switch. Oh no, I think he's fine. I think he's fine. I think he's fine. And these referees are not too quick to give out yellow cards like before, but they will do it when you least expect it. When you least expect it, you will see those yellow cards, especially when the game starts heating up. You will see a lot of yellow cards will come out when the game starts heating up. 42 minutes in, 0 Panama, 0 Ghana. And also, please, if you just started joining us, please like, please vote, and most importantly, please subscribe. I'm trying to reach 60,000 subscribers before the end of the month. Basically, trying to reach 60,000 before the end of the month. So if you can, please hit the subscribe button and join us again for yet another watch along live stream. 43 minutes in. The referees are just overlooking things. They want them to be injured before they can start saying anything. But also, I think they are too strict if they are star players playing. Like I saw during the France game, they were just too strict. Even during Argentina. They were very strict in the Argentina game. Ghana with an attack. Oh, Ghana. Oh, Ghana, what are you doing? Ghana, my Ghana, what are you doing? What are you doing, Ghana, my Ghana? There was a chance. But it goes up and it's going to be a goal kick for Panama. Thank you so much, Napo. Thank you so much for subscribing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it. 5 more minutes until halftime. I don't like goalless first halves. I have a problem with first halves that do not have goals. I have a problem with first halves that do not have goals. I don't want that. I don't want first halves that do not have goals. I thought Panama would have scored by now, but I see that Ghana is refusing. Ghana is not letting anything through. Right now, just to check up on the possession in the current game, the last time I checked, Panama was leading, and even now they are still leading with possession, sitting at 66% possession, while Ghana is sitting at 34% of possession. Ghana with 1 total shot, Panama with 3 total shots, with only one of those three being on target. But I think the goalkeeper will be switched at halftime. They should just let him play for now. They should just let him play. Also, being a goalkeeper is like one of the saddest things ever in this World Cup. Welcome back, Yusala. Welcome back. Panama will win. Welcome back. I will have to wait and see. Me, I'm going with Ghana today. Okay, Panama with a run, trying to score a last-minute goal. As I was saying, being a goalkeeper in the World Cup is one of the saddest things ever, because you might never get a chance to play. It is very sad. It is very sad that you might just be adding on to the numbers. You are just here in case the actual goalkeeper gets injured. A lot of goalkeepers finish World Cups without even playing, but at least they were part of the winning squad. So I guess that has to count for something. But being a goalkeeper in the World Cup has to be one of the saddest things ever, especially in a national squad. It has to be one of the saddest things ever. Knowing very well that you might go home without even seeing game time, not even 5 minutes, nothing. You might just go home like that. Not even one picture of you in the field, nothing. So it means that all of the times you are just hoping that something happens so that you can get the game time. Narisa Harrison, yeah. As you think each team can at least get 1 goal. I think so, yeah. I think so, but I was hoping they could do that earlier on. I was hoping that they can do it before the first half ends, but I think that will most likely come in the second half. Yeah, I think they can get at least one goal. At least. I think they can do it. I think they can do it, but Panama will most likely be the first team to score. Ghana is just, I don't know what's going on with attacking. I don't know. They have a problem of attacking. So whenever they attack, it seems like they are under pressure or already tired or whatever. So they make very sloppy decisions, sloppy passes. So I think Panama will most likely score the first goal. But it also might just be the day for Africa. We saw Congo holding on to Portugal. Congo holding on to Portugal. Egypt holding on to Belgium. Morocco holding on to Brazil. And it would be very nice if we see an African country winning the cup, basically the tournament. I think that would be one of the kind. If we can just get one country. The only contender obviously is Morocco that can reach that far. That would be great. It would be a very great thing for Africa. It would be a very great thing for Africa because there's never been a World Cup here. Even with the World Cup, there's never been a team that won the World Cup in Africa. I remember I also read the story of how the World Cup came to South Africa. It was also one of the toughest decisions. They are saying it was a gamble. So it means that, we have never won. We need a World Cup in Africa. It doesn't matter where it comes from, if it's, Morocco or whatever. Just one team in Africa. Just one team. And also, I think the World Cup should come more to Africa. It should just come more to Africa also. Because I feel like Africa kind of has a lot to offer. Ivory Coast, Senegal, and Morocco, I think I can go to the quarters. I'm not quite sure about Ivory Coast. I'm not too sure about Ivory Coast, honestly. I kind of feel like that they play, yes, but I think outside of the group stages, it is going to be a different story. I think outside of the group stages, honestly, it is going to be a different story. One team, Senegal, yes, not too bad. Senegal is not too bad, but Ivory Coast, I doubt if they're going to last long in this competition. I doubt if they're going to last too much. But yeah, Ivory Coast also was once a good team. I don't know, back in the days, I think they had Drogba. Is it Drogba? Yeah, that's Drogba that they had back in the days. It used to be a very good team. But it's not too bad also right now. It's not too bad. Just that I kind of feel like there's too much competition that can take out Ivory Coast, honestly. I feel like Ivory Coast, there are just a lot of teams that they cannot survive. There are just a lot of teams that they cannot survive. Senegal, yes, Senegal 100%. I think so. And also Morocco, yeah, Morocco is one of the best African teams so far. They are pretty good. It is just that issue of having to make sure that they play as a team only. It is just that only that one. But what I know is that from now on, the World Cup will be very different. It's gonna be very different after here. That's what I know. It is gonna be pretty different afterwards, because I think coming into this World Cup, a lot of teams just came in with with the wrong mentality. Basically, a lot of them came with the wrong mentality. The other thing also is that these teams do not get a lot of time to practice together, because most of the time they're just playing for their respective teams, so they don't get a lot of time to kind of perfect themselves as a team. Because even though they played together 3 months ago or 5 months ago, there's still changes. People can still change regardless. So I think they are not getting enough time to prepare before the World Cup. They are not getting enough time together to kind of link up as a team So I think right now everybody comes with the mentality of I'm playing for Manchester, he's playing for what, so we can do it. Instead of trying that out and seeing if it can work and stuff like that. So they don't get enough time. They get time when they have a game. You know, they prepare ahead of a game, and then after that it is over. They go back to their life. So yeah, I think a lot of teams came unprepared in this World Cup. They were not ready. They came unprepared. But one of the teams that really worries me has to be Spain. Spain is one of the teams that I am worried about. Let's say I am worried about Spain. But I think also that comes with the fact that one of their key players is not well. It's not well. I think Yamal, but I think they're starting to build. I think I'm starting to see the whole Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi in these two young boys. Because earlier on, I was kind of concerned that, a lot of these players are playing their last World Cup. A lot of them are playing their last World Cup. Ronaldo definitely playing his last World Cup. Even Messi, I think they are playing their last competitions. So I saw the focus that they were giving to Yamal when the game was playing. The way the camera angles were just focused on him. The way they were, shooting his feet when he kicks the ball. And that is when it kind of hit me that what if they're trying to build the new Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi from Yamal and I think Vinicius. I think Vinicius, because they still have a long way to go. They still have a long way to go in this football. So I think they're starting to build that with these guys. I think that's definitely what we are seeing here. That's definitely what we are seeing. But nonetheless, we are currently at a halftime. We are waiting for Panama and Ghana. We're waiting for Panama and Ghana to proceed so that we can actually know who the better contender amongst the two is. I, for one, vote for Ghana as an African. I just want to put it clear. Just want to put it out there that the reason I'm voting for Ghana and the reason, also Haaland. I forgot. I don't know how I forgot Haaland. I don't know how I forgot Haaland. Haaland, I think, because Vinicius and Yamal are still younger. Even though they said Haaland, I think most likely he is the same with Mbappe. I think it is him and Mbappe. Haaland and Mbappe, I think they are also the new Ronaldo and Messi. Two of them, Haaland and Mbappe. I think they are dead. They are dead, and I think Mbappe is most likely Messi. Is the new Messi. Mbappe is the new Messi. Then Haaland is the Cristiano Ronaldo of this the next generation. Then it will the ones that will follow. I think it will be Yamal and Vinicius, because those ones are also still some of the youngest players, younger than Mbappe and Haaland combined. But Haaland is a great honorable mention in this conversation. I think he's a great one. Panama will score a last minute banger and final 1-0. I am afraid that is one of the things that we've seen multiple times. Just that a lot of times it happens. That goal would usually be the equalizer. That goal would usually be the equalizer. So yeah, if that can also happen. That can also happen. Last minute goal. Because I think these teams kind of just start start being too relaxed when they see that the game is about to end and they might be just going home with 1 point. I think they make peace with that. I think they just make peace with the fact that we are having a one point, so it's not a loss. So they let their guard down, especially last minutes. This World Cup has been known for that. I remember there was Qatar also that did that last minutes. There was also Japan last minutes. So it has been crazy, honestly. It has been a crazy. It hasn't even been 2 weeks, but this is the second week, anyways, of the World Cup. The K Masters is that Panama winning. Not gonna lie, Ghana is looking bad. Yeah, Ghana is it's not looking too good, but halftime. Let us wait for the halftime. Let us wait until the second half begins. Let us wait until the second half begins. Let us wait until the second half begins, because I don't know what to think about Ghana. But for the fact that they haven't considered a goal, I think maybe defensive, with defense, they're okay. I think with the defense, they are proper. But I do not honestly know what to think about Ghana so far. I don't know if I should say they are winning or they are losing. But I see majority of the voters are saying Ghana. So out of everybody that voted, and there is around 236 people. Out of the 236 people that have voted, 79% is saying Ghana, and it is only 15% that is saying Panama, and 6% saying a draw. But Ghana is not looking good, I know, but let us just give them until halftime. I want to see something. I want to see something. For me, I get very happy when I see African countries doing well. But my only problem is I don't know if this is the culture, I don't know. But it looks like they're performing a magic in the stadium. Looks like they're performing magic. But yeah, African countries deserve to shine this year. They deserve to shine. For a lot of time, Africa hasn't been in the spotlight like that, especially in connection to football. So I think they deserve to shine. And this is the year where they are supposed to do that. This is the year where they are supposed to shine. So even if South Africa fails to perform throughout, I think that we still have an opportunity to be seen by the world. So South Africa, the only thing South Africa needs to do right now is that they need to send out more players. Because right now, what we usually do, what usually happens is that the teams do not send out their players. For an example, if I remember, there was once a time when Orlando Pirates had a player who kind of looked like he had a very good potential. There was a team in Saudi Arabia that was rumored to be looking for that player, and I think Orlando Pirates refused. They refused with the player. So I think if we can have more of that, where we send out, players like Mbogazi, who came from Orlando Pirates, if we send them out there to give them the right experience, because as much as football in South Africa is okay, it is not the same way as the football that is out there. Majority of the best players that are in South Africa went to play outside. They're playing outside. So if we can just make it a thing of sending out many players, and not only South Africa, I'm talking about Africa as a whole. If we can just make it a norm that, we export players out there. When a player has potential, we do not hold on to him for the rest of his career. We allow him to go. We allow him to go outside to be seen by other people, to play for other teams. If we can do that a lot of times, I think South Africa could be unstoppable, because there are just a lot of players. Africa. There are just a lot of players which we see that, these players are good. And I'm talking about players who are playing in teams in Egypt, for an example. Egypt has some of the best players in the continent so far. So players should be given opportunity to go play outside. Look at what's happening with Mohamed Salah. Imagine if they decided to keep him in Egypt. Imagine if they just said, let us keep Salah in Egypt. Same thing with who else? Who else is from Africa and is playing out abroad? I don't want to talk too much about Hakim, because Hakimi, I think he has a bit of Spanish. I think he didn't grow up in Africa. So there are just a lot of players like Sadio Mane, for an example. If they stayed in Africa, where would they be? So Africa needs to follow that same route. They just need to allow their players to go and gain that experience, play under that pressure, so that when it comes to the World Cup, Yeah, yeah. So that when they come to the World Cup, they can perform. Right now, it just seems like we are beginners. It seems like we are beginners right now. It seems like we are beginners because a lot of our players are not experienced in that department. Oh, Brahim Diaz, yes, that's also a great example. These are the players that like that show us that playing outside works wonders. Honestly, it works a lot of wonders. So a lot of our players are just here in South Africa. South Africa has a lot of talent, but a lot of them are playing the domestic leagues in South Africa, and they're not even playing for the best teams. Also in South Africa, Koulibaly, Jackson, Mendy, a lot of them from West Africa. Yeah, a lot. I'm saying that they need to send out more. They need to allow more to play outside. They need a lot of them to play outside. So that the problem is that right now you will find that an African team has, maybe one player playing in the Saudi league and the rest are just playing in Africa, not even in Africa, in that same country. That is the problem. One player playing in Saudi league and the rest are just playing here. They're just playing here. So if they can just send out, I just want them to send out send out players, give players experience so that they can take that talent, bring it back to your country, and it's gonna work for your country. So local teams are selfish with the players. Local teams are very selfish with the players. Once they give you a contract, they are not gonna allow you to go anywhere. They will keep you until they will keep you until Ghana. Does Ghana have any? I think Ghana also is one of those teams. Also, who's playing abroad from Ghana? Who's playing abroad from Ghana? Okay, Jordan. Oh, AU. He's playing for Leicester. All right. Who else? Let's see who else is playing for. Okay, Man City. Anthony Semenyo. All right. Okay. So yeah, this is exactly the example of the teams that need to export players. And to export players only. Okay, I see Ghana has a few of the players playing for very good teams. So that's a great example. That's a very proper example. Senegal, Ivory Coast, Morocco has lots of players playing in Europe. That's why they are so much better. 100%. That is 100%. That is 100%. 100%. That's exactly my point. Now look at the other teams that do not have players playing abroad. They are suffering. They are suffering. Okay. Papa Kwesi me. It's a long name, but party. Okay, yeah, a lot of them in Africa are playing abroad. A lot of them, but their teams are doing well. But I'm just saying, imagine if the majority of African teams at least had a player that's playing for maybe Manchester, for an example, at least one player from the team, and then some of them maybe playing in the MLS or playing in the Saudi league. At least, it would be a very different World Cup. It would be a very different World Cup and could perform wonders for those particular teams. So yeah, I see. We need more of those guys. We need more of those guys in Africa. But we are back second half, and I think they substituted the goalkeeper. I think I saw a substitution for the goalkeeper due to an injury that happened before the end of the first half there. Yeah, they've substituted the goalkeeper for Ghana because of that injury. But if Panama can continue with these injuries and everything, they're gonna need to get a yellow card at least a yellow card. Second half has started. MLS, by the way, has also quite top players coming in their prime now. You know, MLS is good, honestly. I was, one thing that surprised me, and I'm just gonna be honest, one thing that surprised me was USA, the men's team. I never expected the men's team to play such nice football. The USA men's team, USA men's team was playing such nice football, and USA honestly is one of the teams that we should keep an eye on. They are gonna be a problem. Yeah, MLS it's kind of becoming like the Saudi league. I think the MLS is kind of becoming like the Saudi league. They now it has joined. There are a lot of good players in the MLS so far. But I think does Suarez still play in the MLS? Is Suarez still in the MLS? Because I think he was he once there? Yeah, I think he was once there. Those are one of the players that I think went to the Saudi league. I mean, to the MLS. Majority of them just went to Saudi. Majority of them then left to Saudi. America's really surprised me. USA, the men's team. So it really shows the level of football development that is currently happening in the USA. We can tell from the quality, even the quality of Messi yesterday. Honestly, I was not expecting Messi to be performing the way he did in such a high stakes match. You understand? It clearly shows. I'm 100% in agreement that it is better than the Saudi league. 100%. With that, we are in agreement. I know it is better than the Saudi league because look at, okay, he used to play for Miami. Okay, he retired. All right, look at Messi. I'll use Messi as a prime example. Messi is still fast. He still runs fast. And a lot of us kind of felt, in the beginning, we felt like there was just not too much competition. That's why he went to the MLS. We thought there was not a lot of competition. But then again, we also have players like Mbogazi, who came from South Africa and is much better at this point. He is the only player that stood out in a match against Mexico. He's playing in the MLS right now. So the MLS is totally better than the Saudi league. The thing about the Saudi league is that they are throwing, it is basically the people that have money. It is rich people's game. It's a competition of money. It's not a lot about passion, that side. It's not a lot about passion. A lot of players who went there, it's not really about passion. I remember there was a time people were judging Messi for choosing MLS. They spoke ill of him, There's been a lot of controversies here, but they spoke ill about Messi for going that side. But I think he understood. I think he understood because he had an option to either choose Saudi. But Saudi league, it's really not worth it, honestly. It's really not worth it. It kind of reminds me of some of the Asian leagues that a lot of players go to in order to retire. So I think Saudi, that's where people go to retire because Cristiano Ronaldo is not performing well. But I think Sadio Mane, what does he play for? Isn't he in the I think he's also there in Saudi league. I think he's also in Saudi league at this point. I think he's playing for Al Nassr, if I'm not wrong. I think he's playing for Al Nassr. Let me check. Yes, he's playing for Al Nassr, same team as Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah, I think the MLS is much better, honestly. Very much better. Very much better. Miami is Messi City now. We are lucky to have him. Yeah, honestly, he had a lot of impact on that. He had a lot of impact. But I'll always respect him for that decision because he chose well. He chose well. He chose well when he chose Miami. If he went to Saudi, I don't know, that could have been talent wasted. But there is one of the reasons why I like the fact that he chose MLS is because there had been a lot of people that are clueless just like me. I've always been clueless about US, especially when it comes to soccer. I always used to be very clueless. I only knew the USA to be good in basketball. I only knew that there's no country that can beat the USA when it comes to playing basketball. Apart from that, I didn't know that there was like soccer going on in the USA, and it is a thing. Like, it is literally a lifestyle like it is in our country. Because, you know, in our country, but you know, it makes sense because I didn't focus on that country anymore. So yeah, I didn't focus on the USA. So if I had focused, I would have known. But I think we will just give thanks to the Messi effect that, you know, since he went to play in the MLS, we are now paying attention. We are not paying attention. I see a lot of attempts from Panama there, but Ghana is blocking each and every single one of them. Ghana has blocked each and every single attempt of the MLS. What kind of football are these two teams playing anyways? What kind of football are they playing? What kind of football are they playing? One person. It is 1v2, 1v3, 1v2, 1v3. This is proving to be a very slow game. It is one of the slowest games ever. And it's very difficult to watch a slow game after watching a game between England and Croatia. It becomes very difficult. It becomes very, very difficult to do. In a long term, he has made a good decision. He has a lot of shares on a lot of shares on Apple TV and Adidas USA, which makes it a good deal. Okay, that was a pretty good deal. I don't think anybody could have refused to take that deal. I don't think anybody could have refused to take that deal, Blade. So that was a pretty good deal. That was a pretty good deal. In a long run, I'm telling you, in a long run, it is a great investment. It is a great investment in the long run. I didn't know that it came with all of those packs. But also, I just think the power of media in the USA is actually what, like, the type of attention that the USA has is exactly what Messi needed for his, you know, for his last dance, basically. Because there is coverage in the USA, number one. For now, for an example, this is the most accessible World Cup ever, and I feel like this is the biggest World Cup ever, and it is because of the USA. So he made a good decision, because in Saudi Arabia, honestly, it is only the die-hard fans that really take their time and watch Cristiano Ronaldo play. It is really the die-hard fans. Apart from that, football, that side, it is still a developing sport. It is not a good way to build a career around that situation. Hence, I'm saying a lot of people go that side because of money. Because of money, the money that they are receiving. It's not about passion. It's not about passion. Blake says, who do you think is going to win this match so far by watching what's been going on? It seems like Panama might be winning. Honestly, it seems like it might be a Panama match. It might be a Panama match. The way I'm looking at it, the only thing that Ghana is doing is to kind of defend. It's kind of to defend. It is just defending. So I think it will most likely go to Panama without a doubt. I'm not seeing Ghana anymore. So yeah, that is to answer that question. Griezmann is also going to play for Orlando City next season. So lots of soccer stars. Yeah, I know a lot of them will go there in Florida. A lot of them will go to the MLS. A lot of them. Honestly, the MLS is still challenging, because the people who are competing in the MLS are athletes, basically. I think they are athletes, they are sportsmen, they are soccer players, that, like, they are doing it professionally. In the Saudi League, I think there are just a lot of people who are treating soccer as a side hustle. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think a lot of them are just treating football as a side hustle, and they are not really like full-time soccer players. They're not really full-time soccer players. And also again, because of the other practices that they indulge themselves in, I feel like they are not healthy enough to be considered competition enough. So yeah, that is exactly my only problem with Saudi. They are not professional players. They only play when there is a game. They have a lot of businesses that they deal with. They don't live football. They do not live football. So in the USA, we have people who are footballers. That is the only thing that they do. That is the only thing that they do. So I am pretty sure that people see that, you know, there is a bit of competition in the MLS. If it was too easy for Messi, then people were gonna overlook that. They were gonna overlook that. So yeah. If it came easy, I think people were just gonna overlook that. Basically, they were just gonna overlook that. Because with the Saudi league, you can tell that Ronaldo is the star each and every single time. It's the star. So yeah, that is two. I think I've answered you, Blade, on what I think is gonna win. It looks like it's a I think I've answered. It looks like it's a Panama game. MK Maula says that, hi bro, I'm from Sri Lanka. Welcome. How are you doing? And also, which team are you with today between Ghana and Panama? Which one are you going with today? Who do you think will come out victorious? For now, I'm thinking it will either go to Panama or it could be a draw. It could be a draw. Panama also kind of looks like they are not willing to score. They have all the opportunities, but it is like poor finishing. Poor finishing is the problem. Poor finishing is the problem. Come on, Panama. Ooh, and it hits the net. Almost a goal. Landed on the net, so it'll most likely be for Panama. I think it will be for Panama, honestly. And I see, well, let me just check on the votes so far. The percentage of votes, 79% are saying Ghana. 79% is still saying Ghana, only 15% saying Panama, and we have had over 261 votes so far. So if you haven't voted, this is the chance for you to vote for the team that you think will be coming out victorious in today's game between Ghana and Panama. Maybe we can see 9th draw in this FIFA, bro. Aish, too many draws. Too many draws. Aish. Too many. There are too many draws, honestly. Too many draws happening ever since the beginning. Bigger teams drawing with smaller teams drawing together. Too many. It's just too many. But there is a possibility that also it is a very big possibility in this game. It is a very big Ghana is failing to just get the ball as easy as that. Passes are being sent out, they don't land. Passes don't land. They are failing to just keep possession. They're just okay. In 18 matches, if this match draw, it will be 9. Or in 18 matches, it is 8 draws. Yeah, it's still a lot of draws. Still a lot of draws in 18 matches. Ghana with an attempt at goal. Okay, Ghana is starting to make attempts. Ghana is starting to make attempts at least. But my problem with Ghana is, why are two people running together the same position, like literally next to each other? I think they are failing when it comes to positions. They don't know how to keep positions. It is a corner kick for Ghana. They need to keep their positions. I don't think they understand which positions they are playing right now. A corner kick, and it lands nowhere again. It was supposed to be a good header. It just needed a final touch. My support is Uzbekistan. Okay, I think Uzbekistan is also playing next up. I think so, if I'm not wrong. I think that's the next game. Yes, against Colombia. They'll be playing against Colombia next up. So yeah. Okay. Do you think they will win? I don't know. For me, you know, in all honesty, if I'm just being open, I've just been focusing a lot on local football to an extent that this World Cup is kind of teaching me a lot. Hence, I've enjoyed streaming through the World Cup this much. It is teaching me a lot. There's a lot that I'm learning from this World Cup as a whole. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We're trying to reach 60,000 subscribers, and by we, I mean obviously me. I'm trying to reach 60,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you haven't liked, also please like, and also vote for the team that you think will most likely win today's game. We are almost at 300 votes. We are approaching 300 votes. So if you haven't voted, please do so. Please do so. And also please subscribe. Okay, Ghana cannot get through here. Ghana is failing to get through. Like for the whole 60 minutes. Ghana playing attacking tactics, Panama playing defensive attack. But Ghana also, yeah, they are attacking, but they are struggling. They're struggling to pass through. Mainly because I feel like they don't know how to position themselves strategically. Because if they can position themselves the right way, then they can get through. Okay, Ghana with an opportunity. There are no people to pass to. That is my problem. When they win possession, there are usually not a lot of people. Come on, Ghana. Come on. Guys, what kind of football is this? What kind of football is this one that is being played here? That's looking like a primary school football. You know, primary school football. When kids are playing football, they just run into each other. They cannot kick the ball. They cannot pass. Like this. That's exactly what I'm seeing between these two teams. Ghana is wasting opportunities. Okay, Ghana. Woo! Guys, what? This is the second time I'm seeing Ghana do this. Second time I'm seeing Ghana miss. That one was supposed to be a perfect strike. But he didn't even kick the ball. Ish. He didn't even kick the ball. Why Inaki Williams in bench? Any injured concern? I don't know. Let me check if he is. Let me check. You might find out that the coach does not like him. Or he experienced a minor physical discomfort at the end of a La Liga match. So I think he's a bit risky. They're just being cautious. With him. With Inaki Williams, I think, yeah, he's risky. He's in the red. African teams in general have a finishing issue. Yeah, to be honest, you are right. Ghana, I don't know what Ghana is doing. I don't know what Ghana is doing. They are kicking the ball straight into the defense. You see the defender, you kick the ball straight onto him. You don't try to dribble so that you can at least make it through. Nothing. You are kicking. Okay, Panama. All right, but at least Ghana is defending. At least. But they have had a lot of opportunities, honestly. They could have scored by now. Because if they continue with this, Panama will be the first one to score. Panama will be the first to score. Let me check if he's in the bench. I want to check if he's in the bench. If he's on part of the lineup. Let me just check. Yeah, he's there. He is there. He is in the bench. He is a part of the World Cup roster, so he is in. Yeah, they have that issue. They had that issue. I don't know why they focused a lot of energy on defending. I don't know why they focused a lot of energy on defending. Okay, defense is also a vital part of play, but I think they are beefing up the defense a little bit too much. They're beefing up the defense a bit too much. Because that was the same thing that was happening with Congo today. They were playing with 5 defenders, the same strategy that South Africa was playing with. And I don't know why they play defense a lot without attacking. I don't know. In this World Cup teams do, yeah, that was my answer. I do not know why they focus a lot on defending, and that is the one of the biggest problems that's holding them back. They fail to balance the two. They just fail to balance the two. Africa produces good defenders but not strikers. Why? I don't know. Maybe it is just, maybe they don't have, maybe it is should I say self-confidence? I think African teams do not have confidence in themselves that they can actually play well and win. Majority of them, by the way, not all of them. Because you go into a match with a mentality of, I am going to defend. And I think that's crazy, going into the match with the mentality of, I'm just going to defend. I'm not going to attack. I'm not going to do anything. I don't know why they do not have good strikers, in all honesty. I do not understand why they do not have good strikers. But I think it goes back to what I was saying. They need to export a lot more players so that they can be developed, so that they can learn how to attack. I think maybe that is most likely the reason. I think a lot of players who are playing outside, maybe they are defenders. Maybe. Yeah. Defensive can control a game. Attackers and winners can win the game. So yeah, basically they need to balance. They need to balance the whole equation. But the problem, one thing that has been happening over and over again with African teams is that a lot of times they just focus on the defense part. That one, they are good with that part. They just usually focus on the defense part. So I don't know if maybe it's a development issue, maybe it's a formation issue. I don't know what the issue is. But what I know is that a lot of them have attackers. They have strikers, a lot of them. So I don't know why they always focusing on one aspect of the game, because I believe that to win a game you need to at least balance the two, not only one of those. Nicholas Jackson is a prime example. Plays for Bayern, great long range goals, but misses easy goals from inside of the box. That also happens a lot with a lot of players, missing inside of the box. I don't know why. Honestly, that is concerning. Come to think of it, that is concerning. I don't know why they miss when they are playing for their national teams. I don't know why, honestly. But maybe it goes back to the fact that, for an example, if you are playing with Bayern, you get supplied, you have the right team. So I think maybe it goes back to that. That maybe he just has to do everything himself. So he fails to finish, because a lot of them, they have to run. They have to start by running until they can reach that side, and then also find a way to kick. Because I've been looking at Ghana, when they try to initiate a counter attack, it is only one attacker at once. The others just remain behind, not even running along him, or maybe on the other side or close by, so that they can wait for the ball. Nothing. Last quarter, more chances of a draw, it seems. There have been a lot of chances for Ghana in the second half. More than Panama. Okay, a yellow card for Panama, and it's gonna be a free kick outside of the box. So there've been a lot of chances for Ghana ever since the second half started. A lot of chances. They missed all of them. They missed all of them. So it will most likely be a draw. But let us see what they will do with this chance that they are having right now of kicking the free kick just outside of the box. Let us see if they will utilize it. But at this point, I don't know. I do not trust them anymore. They've missed a lot of close range chances. But appreciating heavily to dominate Congo. They played against a full team of world class and made one of the biggest upsets in the World Cup history after 1980 Paraguay versus Argentina, Cape Verde versus Spain. So BRF, they honestly, I give props to Cape Verde, number one. Give props to Cape Verde, number one. Then secondly, yes, most definitely I have to give props to Congo. So those teams are standing against Spain. Cape Verde, the team that was playing their first World Cup, standing against Spain the whole 90 minutes. But yeah, 100%, Congo also did a very good job, especially because they managed to score. They managed to score, so that counts a lot. It was not a 0-0 draw, so it shows that they are capable. We still have good teams in Africa. Not all of them are bad. Not all of them are bad, but I believe the Congo situation is the biggest so far. It is the biggest upset more than the Cape Verde versus Spain. I think it is the biggest one. Jackson misses a lot of goals from the box. I don't know what's going on. The problem is that they are all over the box. That's what I've been seeing. All over the box. I see a lot of people, almost the whole team inside of the box when there is an attack. So there's no way that you can do anything inside of the box. And it happens on both sides. When it's Congo, same situation. When it's Panama, same situation. So it happens a lot. It really happens a lot. And I don't know what will change this. I do not know. Ghana needs to make this a free kick. Needs to make this free kick. Ghana missed the free kick. They missed the free kick. But yeah, they need a goal. Honestly, they need a goal. It is 75 minutes. They still have a few minutes. For me, I feel like in order for any of this team to score, they're gonna need to be very creative. Not a beat. They're gonna need to be very creative. Ghana needs to win this, please. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Ghana has been given a lot of chances. They've had a lot of chances. Right now, they've had more chances than Panama to score. A lot more. They've had a lot of big chances that they could have utilized. But nothing. They've had a lot of chances. I also want Ghana to win, but it seems like they are not with that same, and they are not in that same assignment. We are alone. The people that are hoping for Ghana to win are alone. It is only us. Ghana is not. It's not part of that whole agreement. They don't know about that. Okay, Ghana with a free kick. Oh, that is the old one. That is the repeat. Also, this was a chance. Ghana. They are, the funny thing about Ghana is that they are missing by just inches. They're not missing about much. The balls are not going way too out. They're not missing with much. Just a bit of inches. Good strikers are missing these days. Everybody's trying to play a possession football. But we still have a few. We still have a few strikers. Still have a few strikers. But I think Messi is still a proper striker, especially the goal. Also Mbappe. Messi and Mbappe. Proper. Scoring from outside of the box. A lot of them now just want to get inside. They need to make some substitutions or something. Put someone in that wants it more than the next guy. They gotta want this bad. Yeah, they're making I see substitution. That was also for Sibu. Yeah, they're starting to make changes. They're starting to make changes. The substitute, yeah. I think it's also I think also that is the one that they put in. Let me check the name also. Let me check the name. Kwasi Sibo. It was Elisha also getting out for Kwasi Sibo. Also, I think he's playing outside, so he's playing for Real Oviedo. Which one is this one? Oh, it's in Spain. Okay, he's playing in Spain. All right. Maybe he will make changes. Maybe he will make changes. Maybe he will change things around if he's playing in Spain. He kind of has the experience. 10 minutes left. Also, I don't know why they didn't put it. Why don't they substitute early on into the first half? Because it's also unfair to be given 10 minutes to change the game. 10 minutes to change the game. Not like the 2010s era though. Even African teams at that times used to have good strikers. Yeah, not like that. Yes, I think maybe it's just football changing. Maybe it's just football changing right now. Maybe we are not ready for that change. I think football is just changing. It is football that is changing. I think football on its own is changing. I think maybe, they just started glorifying those types of players, possession players. But only a few right now. Only a few players are left. But I know that we will always get that one in a generation player who will remind us of the old football. I don't know who will be just yet, but I know there's definitely gonna be someone who will remind me of the good old days, basically, in football. 80 minutes in, 0 Ghana, 0 Panama. I throw in for Ghana. No goals just yet. This is looking like it will most likely be a 1-0 draw. This looks like it will most likely be a 1-0 draw. Let me just see how many 1-0 draws we've had so far. Only one. Spain and Cape Verde. This would be the second one ever since. Pep Guardiola is the real culprit. Maybe we should just accept. I think maybe we should just accept that it's over. We should just expect that accept. Also, I think there are teams that play really good football when it comes to possession football like that. There are very good teams that play like that. But if they can just mix both, they would be very dangerous. Ghana has been dealt a lot of opportunities. At this point, I do not even think they will be scoring anymore because they're under pressure right now. Good strikers are okay. I think that's an old message. Please also subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and also like the video. Please. Also like the video. Panama with an attack. Ghana playing a very dangerous football. Close passes in front of the goalkeeper. Very close passes that could end very badly for Ghana. I don't know what this game reminds me of, but these two teams, especially today, they don't play like professional footballers. They don't play like professional footballers. What's up with Cameroon football? They used to be quite decent back in the days. Also, I think Cameroon, back in the days, it was also the same issues of, I think they had, was it Samuel Eto'o? Samuel Eto'o also, he was, when a team has one good player, I kind of feel like it kind of lifts the spirit of the team. I think it kind of lifts the spirit of the team. I remember it was Samuel Eto'o who used to, I don't know which team he played for, but I know he played outside. So I think maybe if we have such a team, he played for Real Madrid. Okay. He played for Real Madrid. So I know that Chelsea. I remember he played for Chelsea also. He played for Everton. He played for Inter Milan, also Barcelona, So I think when you have one of those players, it kind of lifts your mood up. And not only one of those players that is actually doing, better, that is actually doing well. That is the same thing with Morocco and what is this guy, or who is this guy? Hakimi. There are other players who are playing outside, but the fact that they have Hakimi who's also doing well, it kind of boosts their spirit somehow. And yeah, but then again, if we are playing and it is just us, sometimes it really never works out. Hence, I always emphasize that teams need to have players playing outside. So I remember that the time where Cameroon used to be very good, it was during the times of Samuel Eto'o. I'm just impressed with Cote d'Ivoire right now, that they are still standing, because I remember the time Cameroon was good, it was also the issue. Cote d'Ivoire used to be good also because they also had Drogba, and I think Drogba also played for I think he played for Chelsea also. So yeah, I think it always comes back to that one, that when you have some of these players who are playing well outside, who are doing well, that positivity just kind of rubs onto you, basically. It kind of rubs onto you. It kind of rubs onto you. So I think yeah, that's most likely it. That's most likely one of the reasons. Vincent Abu Bakr. What is he playing for currently? What was he playing for? I've never heard of him. Is he currently active? Is he active? Okay, he's still active. "86 minutes in, 0 Ghana, 0 Panama." So, I think, yeah, they failed to qualify. Okay, I'm just seeing that. They failed to qualify for the World Cup. So the team that qualified in their group is Cape Verde. I don't know. I don't know why teams just kind of fall off. Honestly. But in Africa also, one of the things that we should really look at is the fact that there is what is this problem? There is corruption. I think that is also one of the culprits that's like killing these careers in Africa. There is a lot of corruption. in a sense that it is not easy to be a professional footballer in Africa. It is not easy, you know. Sometimes you would just rather be a politician than being a professional footballer in Africa, mainly because you are not paid well, you are hardly making ends meet. Because in South Africa, a lot of players that used to play started struggling after they stopped playing. They started struggling. So I think maybe that's one of the reasons why not a lot of people are that eager to play, because there is, you know, underpaying of people that are playing. There's just a lot of corruption. Sometimes you hear that a federation has done corruption, you know, they use the money that was supposed to be used for development for certain things. So there's just a lot of things that are going on in Africa when it comes to football. There's just a lot of them. Hence, a lot of players who strive are the ones that are playing outside. Because if you're playing in Africa, you might find out that what you are earning is less than what you could be making if you were working a full-time job. So in that situation, you won't have a choice but to choose the full-time job. So there's less passion in Africa. And there is less passion. The reason passion is dying is because there is corruption in football, basically. A lot of players struggle once they stop playing football. And that's African players. A lot of them who are struggling are African players. So I think that's a big problem. Okay, Abu Kaba played in Portugal and Saudi. All right, I think I saw Saudi here. I saw the Saudi team, Al Nassr. Yes, he played for the Saudi Pro League from 2021 to 2023. Yeah, he played for Al Nassr. Ghana. Oh, Ghana. Oh, Ghana. Oh, Ghana, my Ghana. Ghana will not win this game. Ghana cannot win this game. Okay, they're saying offside. Ghana cannot win this game. Even if it was not an offside, they still hadn't scored. Even if it was an offside. Ghana won't win. Ghana won't win. At this point, we should just make peace. At this point, we should just make peace. Ghana won't win. Ghana won't win. Panama with a change, taking out black men. For who? For Godoy. Black men going out for Godoy. That's Caesar. Black men going out for Anibal Godoy. Ghana won't win this. 6 minutes of added time. 6 minutes of added time. It is almost over now. It is almost finished. It is almost finished for Ghana. A draw. A 0-0 draw. But you know, I'm very worried about this last minutes of the game. They are usually just something. This added times, a lot of teams manage to get a goal through exactly at this point. A lot of teams, I mean a lot of matches, scored exactly in this moment that we are in right now. A lot of them scored in this exact moment that we are currently in. 6 minutes of added time. 0 Ghana, 0 Panama, and it's gonna be a corner kick for Panama. I see the fans of Panama standing up, trying to boost the team's morale a bit. But also, it is very hard for African teams because a lot of them do not have fans in the stadium. So it's sad. It's sad because, you know, I remember that in South Africa, they only brought 12 people. The government paid for 12 people to come. So South Africa literally has 12 supporters in the stands. they have less than 100 supporters, I think, unless the South Africans that are already staying around. But they have a very low group supporting them, and it goes for a lot of these African countries also. A lot of these African countries are going through the same situation. Ghana with a run on the right. Ghana saved by Panama. Panama says, not on my watch. No way this is going through. So that is my concern with this players. Imagine playing against USA, or for an example, playing against Portugal, or playing against Argentina or France. Like, they have a lot of followers in the USA. But for African countries, I just think they're trailing, back. And also playing without supporters is bad. Hearing the crowd cheering for the opposition and nothing, silence when you have the ball. I think that really is a big problem. That really is a problem. 93 minutes in. 93 minutes in. 93 minutes in. SA used to, okay. Let me see. SA used to be quite a good sports country. Why is there downfall now? I don't know why there is downfall now. I don't know, honestly. I do not understand why there is downfall, but I think it is starting to pick up somehow. I think it is now starting to pick up. It is now starting to be a thing of we are starting to pick up, basically. It used to be a pretty okay. Ghana with a run, counter attack from Ghana. Let's go. Nice. Pass the ball. Yes, and it is officially the first and most hopefully it will be the final goal of this match. Ghana with their first World Cup opener in this season, this World Cup season, basically. Yes, Ghana scored, currently leading. This is the same way that they should have been playing throughout. They should have played like this throughout. This is exactly how they were supposed to play. This is exactly how Ghana was supposed to play. I think they're trying to check if it's an offside or not. Oh, it's not an offside. It is not an offside. They shouldn't even start with that. They shouldn't start with that. It is not an offside. Yes, Ghana scored. Luckily. This is the type of counter attacks they should have started with. And that is a goal from Caleb Irenki. That is a Caleb Irenki scoring at 95 minutes. 95 minutes of the game, securing Ghana a late win in today's game. What a beautiful thing to see. What a beautiful thing to witness. What a beautiful thing to witness. What a beautiful thing to witness. Yeah, they scored. Exactly at a very hopeless moment, and it is 96 minutes. I think it will be the end of the game. A lot of sadness among Panama fans in the stadium. Exactly 1 minute before the final whistle. 1 minute before the final whistle. What is going on here? I think that's a torn t-shirt from the man of the moment, from the man who put Ghana in the lead, Caleb Irenki. It's a miracle, a very big miracle. But honestly, I want to give a shout out to everybody that has voted Ghana from the beginning. If you guys were betting, you could have won money. If you guys were playing, you were gambling football, you could have made a lot of money. A lot of sadness in the stadium amongst Panama fans. The referee needs to blow the whistle. It is literally 97 minutes. Seems like he wants Panama to equalize. He needs to blow the whistle. It would be crazy if Panama could score. I need to blow the whistle. It is literally almost 98 minutes. Almost 98 minutes. They need to end the game. Nice game, buddy. Congratulations to us, yes, as Africans. Nice game. It was honestly, it gave me a lot of anxiety. It gave me a lot of anxiety, but it seems like I'm trying to see if they are ending the game. I see Panama fans starting to leave. I see Panama fans starting to leave the stadium. Come on, yes. Thank you, Ghana. Thank you. Guys, there's a fight breaking out. Thank you, Ghana, my Ghana. There's a fight breaking out. Too much drama here. Too much drama. What's going on? Oh, he kicked the goalkeeper. These guys are trying to injure the goalkeeper. There's a fight. There's literally a fight going on in the game. There's literally a fight going on in the game. Yellow card. And it is 99 minutes. It was supposed to be 96 minutes. We are now at 99 minutes. I think they kicked the goalkeeper, so the Ghanaians are just not happy with the guy kicking the goalkeeper there while he held on to the ball. You know, trying to injure yet another goalkeeper for Ghana. That is not good foul. That is not good football. That is not good sportsmanship, honestly. That is not good sportsmanship. Kicking the goalkeeper like that while he's down. I don't know what football Panama is playing. I don't know what kind of football they are playing. He literally kicked the goalkeeper. He had the ball. He kicked him. So the second goalkeeper is injured. Imagine, second goalkeeper, two goalkeepers in one match. Two goalkeepers in one match. Two goalkeepers in one match. Panama is playing a dirty game. And also this match is like dragging. Why aren't they ending the match? Because it's over. When will this match end? When will this match end? It's like they want Panama to equalize. What is going on here? What is going on? If Panama scores here, they have to disregard that goal. They gotta have to disregard that goal if they manage to score. At exactly 100 minutes, the referee still says play on. Here is sabotage. It is already 101 right now. It's already 101. Yes, I think, yeah, that is the end of the game. That is the end of the game. That is the end of the game. The referee finally concludes the game. Congratulations to Ghana. Congratulations to Ghana. A huge congratulations. Now, this was unexpected. This was unexpected, honestly. I did not expect this towards the end. For me, this was unexpected. Congratulations to Ghana. Ghana wins their World Cup opener against Panama. Despite not having a lot of fans in the stadium, they pulled a last-minute stunner. Somebody talked about a last-minute goal. I want to check. I'm telling you, there's somebody who commented a last-minute goal. There's somebody who said last-minute goal. I want to check who said it. Somebody said last-minute goal. Well, where is that comment? Where is that comment? Cannot see that comment. It disappeared. Did it disappear? I think somebody talked about a last-minute goal, but I want to see who said who will score. Oh, last-minute goal. Okay, that was Coke Edict. He said that for it was gonna be Panama, but yeah, nonetheless, it is a last-minute goal. A super congratulations to Ghana. And if you voted for any other team apart from Ghana, if you are supporting Panama, this is for you.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, he said it was gonna be for Panama. I just checked. So if you lost, this is for you.
Emotional
so this is usually,
damage.
What I do. I'd just like to explain that this is basically whenever a team that you voted for loses, I play for you an emotional damage sound effects. And yeah, basically, so this is like the rule. Whichever team loses, this is what I do. So if you're just joining us for the first time, I appreciate each and every single one of you guys for being active throughout, for watching, for subscribing. I'm just gonna ask you guys to quickly subscribe before you leave, as I'm gonna be preparing for yet one last live stream. And that live stream is, of course, the game of Uzbekistan versus Colombia. So I'd like to give a huge appreciation to Coke Edict, to MK Maula, to Napo 5489, to Gasoline, to Papa Kwesi Mensa. Yes, but to you, to Blade Thanos, to Endman, to Narisa, to Mr. Quake, to the K Master, to Ghost 200, to Adel, to Shion, to Romain, and to Usala Faro. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for pulling through. Thank you so much for making this a very enjoyable watch along for me, especially Coke Edict, Blade Thanos, who else? MK Wala. You guys have been very active in the comment section, so I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much for being active. If there's other types of live streams that you would like to be a part of, please subscribe. I basically just do watch along live streams whenever there is a game. For the whole of the World Cup, I will be doing watch alongs for each and every single game. I've done each and every single game so far. So yeah, I do watch alongs whenever there is a game. So if you would like to be part of this watch alongs, and basically, please subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. I need to prepare for the last live stream of the day, then we can have a rest basically, because at this point it is currently 3 a.m. where I'm at. It's currently 3 a.m. so I need to kind of do the last live stream so that I can sleep at around 6 a.m. in the morning. And yeah, so if that's something that you would like to be a part of, please subscribe. And when you come here, do not be afraid to comment. Your comments keep this live streamings going, so feel free to share your thoughts. Feel free to kind of let me know what you think. So till next time, thank you so much. Peace.
Reminisce to work TV with a fire non-stop. From Jersey to Lagos, we dey sit on top. Lock drum now, make the whole place rock. Red, red, we no fifth now.
live on it. We run this town from the ground up. Hear that sound. Revv Network, we hold the crown.